Right, so hello and welcome back. My name is Lisa. I am Cross Stitch Midwife, both on Instagram and here on YouTube. And this is a channel that is about cross stitch. Now, it's been forever. I've been so busy working and retreating and various other stuff that I've just absolutely not had time to get around to doing a new one. So this is May and a little bit of April. Now, I've not been right good at keeping up with writing this down either because I've been busy. So it's like, this is kind of like the end of April, May, and a little bit of, oh, I've lost June, and a little bit of June. There you go. So it is going to be, it can't be long because I'm actually on a study day today from home, a Teams one. So this is going to be like a whistle stop bit of stitching, to be fair. So I'll show you what I've done since the last Flosstube, and I've been to a retreat as well in Wrexham, organised by Lynn, the Lancashire Stitcher, and Gina. So I have got a fair bit of haul. Now my haul is from the retreat shopping, but also from all of May. So it might look like I've got a fair whack of it, but it is kind of spread out. So let's get going. So first of all, what did I stitch? So I stitched in all tides, which I'll put a picture up of what it, well, I can show you because it's virtually finished. So this is from Cross Stitcher magazine. It is on, is it a 28 count even weave by Zweigart in the colour sand. Now I sent for the materials pack from, I think it was called Willow Fabrics. And it came with a sand coloured Ada, so I hate Ada, I'm really not a fan. So I just ordered the same colour but in even weave, and all the stitching is done. I've started beading up here, but I detest beading, so I've only got this far. So all the little gaps in the white around the edges, like the surf, they're for predominantly beads, so there's all that to do yet. But I love it. I really love it. I love it so much, and I never ever do patterns out of magazines. It's like exceptionally rare, but this one is just so, I just love it, and the seagulls are just the best thing about it, I think. I just have to get past the beading now, but I've made a start. So, and it does actually, because I thought are the beads needed, but then when you look at it with the beads, it actually, it looks really good. It does make it a bit better. Yeah, so that's that. That got 4 whole days, and now it literally just needs those beads putting on it. So that's that. What else did I do? My desk is a complete and utter tip. Then when I'm on nights, I take like a little project with me. Literally a little project, because it's a night shift. Sometimes you might be able to do some, sometimes you might not. And I had 2 really pleasant night shifts. So this is the first button and beads that I've done, really. I'm not going to lie, I absolutely bloody hate the perforated paper stuff. Slightly bitter because, you know, I am a bit. So I've not actually done much on this. This bit in the middle where these swirls are, it looks really, it's like almost like a relief pattern, if you know what I mean, because I didn't realise at the time how much tension you had to put on your stitches. So I don't care, it's only for me anyway, so it's not too bad. But on my nights I kind of did this bit. I'd already put some little beads on these here, if you can see. So there is some little beads on there. So yeah, I just need to like finish the rest and then that'll be done. I have got the cappuccino one as well, and I need to get the espresso, and there's another one as well, I can't remember what it's called. Hang on, does it tell you on there? No. So I do need to get them done, but I really, obviously it's coffee, so I do really like it. It's just, I find the whole perforated paper thing a massive pain in the backside. But yeah, so it literally just had those 2 nights that I did it on, so that's that one. Then I bought a while ago a I went to Chatsworth Christmas markets. Now, I love stately homes, absolutely love them, and I think I get it from my grandma. Chatsworth is by far my favourite house. I've been several times, and I absolutely bloody love it. So when I went, there was this sampler there by Riverdrift House Needlework, and if you look on Chatsworth's actual website, their shopping one, you can still buy this, and I think there's a Christmas one as well. Somebody messaged me and said they got the Christmas one, so I had a look and it is on there, so I might have to get that one as well. It came with, or did it? No, it didn't come with this. It came with Ada, which again, you know, don't like. So I did buy some permin linen. Now it looks mega pale on here, but it's actually not. So I've done like most of the house. Let me zoom in and you can see. There's most of the house done. There's some more. There's a tree to go here, and a big love heart and stuff like that. So there's loads to do on it. Yeah, if you just compare it with the picture, there is loads to do, but it's really nice to stitch. So this is 40 count as far as I can remember, and I'm doing it 1/2, so it's really nice. It's subtle, I think is the word I'd use, but yeah, I really like that. So I did that. It only had 3 days, to be fair, and then obviously move on to something else. So that's that one. What were the next one I did? Oh, so this is defo my favourite stitch. So this is Nightingale by Mirabilia, and I like this predominantly because it's a bit nursey themed. So it's based on Florence Nightingale, I think, as far as I know. I adore the colours, absolutely love the colours. I love stitching on it, and I kind of have to wrench myself away from it. So consequently, she had 5 whole days, and I did do a fair amount. Now Teresa Little Stitcher I took this to the retreat, but I didn't actually stitch on it. But Teresa had me putting it on her little chatting videos that she does. So when I'd put it away, and the last video I'd done literally up to here, because I'd done this first half of the pattern, a body and a head's to go there, but I always leave that last with my Mirabilias, because I just feel like it's kind of like the crowning glory. So I've done all this. This blue Krynic is just, it's absolutely divine. I love it so much, and it goes, the fabric I picked, and I was really doubtful initially about whether or not it would go, but actually it's bloody perfect. And where a header's going to be and a body here is where this nice orangey faded part is, so it'll really stand out. So I'm really happy with this fabric. So it's a 28 count even weave from Chromatic Alchemy, and it was a fabric of the month called Saturnine, I think. So I'm just doing it in all the called for fabrics. I'm not a massive fan of colour conversions. I buy the pattern because I like it as it is. I don't like faffing with stuff. So I'm just doing it as it is in the called for DMC Krynic, and I feel like there's a water lilies in it as well, but I can't remember. Yeah, there is a water lilies as well. There's going to be a lot of beading on her. But because I've done it on 28 count, I'm not going to stress about it. I really struggle with beading with Mirabilias on 32 count. So the recommended fabrics are usually 32 count, but obviously don't take into account the fact that we all predominantly use a hand dye, which shrinks the fabric a bit. So now I just do them on 28 count. I've learnt my lesson. So yeah, so that's her. This flower has a bit more to fill in. And then there's a whole nother part of a skirt here, but then that'll be done and I'll do a body. No idea when she'll be finished, but she's stunning and possibly my favourite Mirabilia, although I think I say that about all of them. So that's her. And yes, I use enormous pieces of fabric. I'm terrified of doing it on too small, and then I've done all that work. So I do waste a fair bit, but I'll try and use it in other projects so it doesn't get like entirely wasted. So that's her. Then at the retreat, was it at the retreat? I took Spring Queen with me. Is she that way around? Yes, she is. So I haven't got a picture of her because I actually won this as a kit from the retreat I went to last October. And it's an out of print one, so Zarina kits it up, does it as a raffle prize, and you get a photocopy of the chart rather than the original, because it is not illegal to use a photocopy for a working copy as long as you're not selling it. So it wasn't sold, it was won. So I've done a fair bit. I've done all this sash bit here, and I've filled a load of this in. So she got 2 days, and she's on a 28 count linen from Sparkly's that's called Gina's Delight. I love it, but I need to get to an edge. I can't get to an edge. Every time I think I've got to the edge of a skirt or something, there's a bit more to do. So it's once I've got to an edge, I'll feel much better about it then. But there's this as kind of like, it's about here on this needle minder. It's kind of middling, and there's absolutely loads to do. Her skirt is huge, and it's not that colourful when you're doing the skirt. So I start doing it and then I get a bit bored. I was really thrilled that I got to do some pink. But yeah, it wears thin after a while doing all that brown and green. It's a bit bleh. So hence she only got 2 days. But once I get a bit further on, there's a bit more colour, I'll be, well away, I'll be fine. Then I did this. So I've probably mentioned that at work we had 3 midwives, were all pregnant at the same time, and they were nicknamed the non-biological triplets. So I decided I'd do them a nice little stitch each. So I happened to be there each day when they all had their babies, and I'd saved, we have what we nickname the knitting nanas coming in, and they bring in bags and bags of hats. Now, we do use these hats, but they are like in the weirdest colour combos you've ever seen in your life. I will put a little picture in of their babies. I'll message them all and check that they took a picture of them with these hats on. So I saved 3 of the most hideous hats that I could find in the bag. They're all multicolour horizontal stripes with a weird hanging loop on the top, so I'm like, they'll be perfect. So I saved these 3 hats, and every time one of them had a baby, and it was literally, I just happened to be working that day, and I did give them this hat. So they have all met since and had a picture taken with the hats on. So I'll message them and check that it's all right for me to put the picture up, but I'll put the picture up if they're all right with that. But honest to God, these hats are vile, and everybody was so bloody polite when I messaged them and said I'd saved them a hat and sent a picture, and I went, oh, you'll love it. And they were all really polite, like, oh, that's so kind of you, thank you so much. And then I was like, no, I know it's hideous, that's why it's funny. So they did have a joint picture, so I will show you that after. But this pattern I saw from Cherry Hill Stitchery, it's gorgeous. I love burst sampler stuff, but they tend to be quite twee. So I wanted one that was a bit more trendy. So this one is for Lily. So this is a random piece of blue 16 count, I think it is, Ada, that I had in my stash. And this is for baby Jack. And it's just the cutest thing ever. And it's only small. It took me, how many days did it take me? 2.5 days to stitch. So it's quick and it's cute. It's like majorly cute. So I just need to motivate myself and do 2 more now. So I'm going to try. I'm really going to try and do 2 more. But this giraffe were a bit of a pain. The yellow splodges going around those were there were a lot of counting going on. But yeah, I really love it. So that's 1 of 3 that I've got to do. Then I went to the Wrexham retreat, as I've already mentioned, and I'd seen this chart. My friend had got this chart, and she went a bit mad at me because she said that I could have the original, because I like an original copy. I don't mind a photocopy, I'm not bothered, but I do like the original. So when I went to the retreat, there were no actual vendors in the hotel. So what they did was Create Nostalgia is about a 10-minute drive away, and then Nimble Thimble is another about 45 minutes. So we all got there quite early on the Friday morning. I think I got there about 10:30, 11, and then we just shot off to go to the shops, because then it would leave us free to stitch all day Saturday. So we went to Create Nostalgia, and I'd already emailed Mary and asked her to put this to one side for me. So I bought this, and then while I was there I got all the threads. There was a couple missing, couple of threads missing, but then Mary came to the retreat on Saturday night and dropped the threads off. So anyway, there you go. So I've done part 1. So this pattern it's divided into 6. So in America, I think Primrose are doing it as a 6-part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that this part will be finished in November, and then you'll have a stitch done for Christmas. So I'm going to try and do that, and this is part 1. I've missed a quarter stitch off of each top of this pole, I think. But other than that, it's in Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colour Works, and I think there's a Gentle Arts as well, and a couple of DMCs. So there is DMC equivalents on the back of the pattern if you want to do it all in DMC. But while I was there, I just got all the threads anyway. So yes, I've done part 1. Absolutely adore it. It's the cutest thing ever, and I'm doing it on 32 count. So when they did the pattern, they've then done like a floss tube afterwards to say about some buttons that they thought would look really cute on them. So they're going to bring a button pack out. However, I like it as it is. I'm doing it on 32 count, so I doubt the buttons would fit anyway, but I like it as it is. I don't feel like it needs any buttons, so I'm going to omit them anyway. And in all honesty, the threads were 40 quid, so it's pricey enough as it is without buying more buttons, and there is a bit of a cost of living crisis. So anyway, I'm not going to do the buttons, is the upshot of that. So yeah, started that on the Saturday afternoon, because my friend that was there, she started it, and I was like, got a bit FOMO. So I thought, right, I'll just start it. So I started it on the Saturday. So I did Saturday afternoon and evening on it. Then I did a bit on Sunday afternoon, because I did knit back to Create Nostalgia on the Sunday morning. And then I did another night at home. So it's only taken like 2 or 3 nights. So it's well nice. It's really cute. So hopefully I'll stick to the section a month and it'll be done for Christmas. So that's that. I'm just piling everything up, and my study day is going to start again next, so I need to crack on. Then when I was at the retreat, I did a bit of Fairy Moon, because I've not picked this up for God knows how long, and I really love it. So I want to finish. I adore this pattern. I haven't got an original, it's out of print, so I have got a working copy that was given to me, which I'm writing on and will be binned as soon as I've done it. So this is on a 28 count even, no, is it linen? No, it's even weave. 28 count even weave from Sparklies in Gothic. So I did Stargazer on this fabric as well, and I loved it so much. I just thought this will go perfect with it. So while I was at the retreat, I've done nearly all of this here. I only did this on Saturday morning, I think, or was it? It was either Saturday morning or Friday evening. But yeah, I did all that. I love this. I just got a bit tired of the white, that's all. I'm going to have to get this out more, because I would like to see it finished and on the wall, because it's beautiful. But yeah, she only got a half day really, but I'm happy with what I did for that half day, so that's alright. It's all in the called for colours, which I think are all DMC, because it's one of the older patterns from the 90s, I think. But yeah, I'm just looking at the time and I'm going to be in trouble. I've actually logged off Teams so that nobody starts talking in the middle of it. So that is Fairy Moon. And then I did do a little bit of my Twisted Rainbow sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. When I put this away, I'd done this cross stitch band. So I knew that when I got it back out, I was on a specialist stitch band. But for some reason, it's kind of done my head in a little bit. So I'll try to get in. So the round ones are tiny Jessica stitches. They're only over 4 threads, so they're a bit fiddly to do. And then the ones next to them are rice stitches. The rice stitches are easy, but the Jessica threads, I don't know if it was just I wasn't in the mood for it. But the Jessica ones were doing my head in. So there's another row to go on here. So this band is Jessica stitches, rice stitches, another row of rice stitches, Jessica, and then repeated again in the next colour. And I was just like, I don't know if I can. I'm on band 10 now, and I think there's about 18 bands or something to do in total. So, like, I'm over halfway, or it might be 17 bands. I'm over halfway, which is good, but these were just, I think I was just really tired, and I'd kind of lost the will to live by then. So I did put it away. That's all I've done, and then I put it away. But yeah, I do love it. It's on 32 count linen in charcoal, which I think is a Zweigart one, and the colours you can buy as a pack. I think on Arts and Designs website you can buy it as a pack of Dinky Dyes, which they're a bit pricey, but the colours are amazing and they're an absolute joy to stitch with. There is nothing like stitching with silk. So yeah, I'm not mad at the cost, and it'll be, when it's done, it'll be bloody gorgeous. I love, even now, I love how it looks just now. It's not clanging. It's not big. I mean, that's how wide it is on 32 count. So it's like, I've got decent size hands. If you wear gloves, then I'm a size 7 to 7.5. So, you know, it's not enormous, but I love it. So that's it. Right, let's get on to a bit of haul then. So I'll start with what I bought at the retreat. Now, I finished this stitch. This isn't framed, it's kind of propped at the minute. That's why it's wonky if you look. So I finished this stitch a while ago, but I didn't have the buttons. So when I was at Create Nostalgia, the button pack she still didn't have, but she literally made me the button pack up. This frame is from Home Bargains. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Home Bargains. So my friend Karen has done this stitch. She saw mine and was like, oh my God, that's perfect for a friend. So she did this stitch and then she found this frame. So I trotted off, because it fits perfect. I trotted off to 2 Home Bargains in Preston, where I live, and one in Blackpool. None of them had it. So then Karen messaged me and said, guess what I found? So when I went to the retreat, she gave me this. So I just need to actually mount it, and then I'll be able to finish it properly. And then I just love it. It's just ace with these little bees. It's really cute. So, like, I love her for getting me that. I've searched everywhere. This isn't from the retreat. This came in the post the other day. So this is from Patchwork Rabbit, the fabric of the month. So I signed up to their fibre on a whim fabric of the month, because it's mainly neutrals, and I've hardly any neutrals at all. And this is the first one that came. It was delayed because I think the owner had a sick relative or something, so it was delayed, but that's all right. I'm not fussed. And then this came, and oh my God, I've nearly bought this a couple of times actually. This is so I've signed up to 40 count. I know my ears are knackered, but my eyes work, so it'll be fine. This is parchment, not parchment, affogato. Absolutely love it. It looks like parchment. That's where I'm getting parchment from. It's not showing up right well on here, but I love a good neutral. And that is just so pretty. I'm so happy with that. I've just signed up to the Fat 8s because I just think on 40 count I'm not going to do anything particularly huge. So that's that. Then these came from Sparkly. So I'd ordered these, when did I order them? April, I think. I bought the materials pack for Mayari, the Bella Filipina pattern. So the Bella Filipina one, Mayari, has also got 2 companion pieces. So there's Mayari, Hanan, and then Tala. So Mayari faces this way and Hanan faces this way, and then Tala is just looking at you. So I plan to do them as 3 separate ones, but I wanted them all on the same fabric. So I have ordered 3 pieces of the Supernova, which is gorgeous. So it's 28 count even weave. And really sadly, Kate's mum passed away, so I wasn't actually expecting it to turn up, and then it did. So she's dyed me 3 pieces all at once, and then done me an invoice of a recurring invoice via PayPal. So I paid for 2, and then 2 have arrived. So I've just to pay for another one, I think, this month, and then the 3rd and will come. And then they're all the same dye lot, they'll all match. So happy with that. So yeah, so that came. So they weren't retreat purchases. Sorry about the crackling. This was a retreat purchase. I totally can't remember what the bloody name of it is. So this is a big long piece of 32 count linen that I got. It's a beautiful greeny colour. I totally can't remember what it's bloody called. It went in one big bag with the rest of my purchases, so pardon me. But this is for a pattern by Told in a Garden. I totally can't remember it now, but Pam Banks has stitched it. If you want to see loads of different stitching, go see Pam on go follow Pam on Instagram. She's like the stitch queen. And she showed me this lovely sampler, like it's like on a bell pull, a long sampler. And she showed me that she'd done, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so nice. So she gave me a working copy, and I've lost my phone, so I can't actually tell you what it's called, but I'll put it up afterwards. And I thought it'd be out of print, because it was like, I think from the 80s was a pattern, but it's not. They still sell it at Arts and Designs. So I bought that fabric for that because I really want to do it. It's totally not what I'd normally like, but I love it. So I'll try and put a picture up, because I think I have one, but it's not a right good picture, but I'll put one up anyway. So that fabric's for that. It's a lovely green colour, like a sage green. Then shopping wise, these are all over, everywhere over the internet. These are from the hands-on design one. There's several of these, but the only one that Mary had in stock was Wally the Walrus, which I love. There's a killer whale one, a polar bear, so I need to get the rest of them. But for now, I got this. Absolutely love it. I don't know, again, when am I going to do all these patterns? It's like an obsession to buy them, isn't it? If you cross stitch, I'm sure most people do the same. Then I got this one. This is a Jardin Privé one, cat lovers. Again, I've got 2 cats. They irritate the crap out of me, but I do love them. So yeah, I got that. Again, I've gone a bit samplerish, but yeah, love that. Obviously, a coffee pattern. Now, I don't actually like wine, but in my head I'm saying gin. So, yeah, my friend's got a chopping board that'll fit on. So, I might need to do that sooner rather than later. That's by New York Dreamer Needleworks. Then I got the latest one. I think there's another one come out now, but I'm not 100% sure. So, this is the Gardener, and it's from the Snowman Collector series. This is number 6. This is from Cottage Garden Samplings. I love it. I think it's not one of my favourite ones. I think the Postman's my favourite, but I do like this one. It's really nice. So I've got that. I'm looking at the bloody time. I've not eaten. We're going to be back in 20 minutes. Then I saw this one because I thought, I don't have to do all the same birth sampler for the non-biological triplets, do I? But I'm not sure about this welcome little stranger bit. So what I thought of doing was, somebody suggested not doing that, instead doing the name here and then just putting the border along the bottom. So I might do that because I really like this. It's cute and I love the colours on it. So yeah, really like that. It's from Lindy Stitches. It's really nice. Then another Cottage Garden Samplings. This is from the Time for All Seasons series. So I've not got all of these ones and I don't think I'll collect them all either. But I got this one because I love bees. I've gone a bit bee mad lately. And I got this one. So my friend bollocked me yesterday because she's got it and already said that I could have it. But I love the seagull. I live on the docks. So there's loads of seagulls and I just love them. They're complete idiots, the seagulls, but still like it. I love the lighthouse down the side. The same with the bee. I love the bee. I love it. And I love the sunflowers. So yeah, had to get them. Then I got this for a friend, but I've decided, no, I'm going to do something else. So that's a Primrose Cottage Stitches one. It's really nice. I might actually do it anyway, but it's just a cutesy little house with an American theme. Then these two, I've been waiting to get my hands on this one. Absolutely, I've been dying to get, again, bee theme. So I think it's the yellows and the browns I like together. But absolutely love this. These are Honey of a Tiny Town and Blooming Tiny Town. Absolutely, I adore them both, but I think this is definitely my favourite. So these are both from Heart in Hand. And you can do it as like a barrel like that, but Ali came for a brew yesterday, my friend, and said you could do them as barrels and stack them, and I thought, oh yeah, actually you could. But yeah, absolutely love them. Then these, I swear, seasonal ones are just designed for me because I love seasonal stitches. So I got this one. There's a spring, winter one as well. So this is spring, but there's a winter one as well, but Mary didn't have it in stock, so I've not got that yet. But there is, that's the winter one. I love that one. So I need to get that as soon as it's in stock. So again, that's a Primrose Cottage Stitches, one of the seasonal samplings. Oh, look at the time. So then I've also gone a bit Shepherd's Bush mad. So this is Sweet Honey Bee. Again, I don't know why, I don't even like bees, as you know, in real life, but yeah, absolutely, they're so cute. They're just little cute stitches that you can do. They don't take long, it's only small. This one's got a couple of buttons on it, but Mary didn't have the button packing, so I'll get that later, it'll be fine. But yeah, love that. Then I went to Nimble Thimble. I've got a couple under here that I've not bought. Anyway, so I went to Nimble Thimble, and this one, which is called All Is Well, this one was there and it was stitched up on the wall, and I just totally and utterly fell for those sheep. So the button pack is included in the price, so that's why it's a bit more pricey, but I just love it. I love a cheesy quote on a cheesy sentiment, so yeah, love that. Again with the bees. So this is another one, again also comes with a button pack. Again, cheesy quote, cheesy quote, love it. So yeah, I love these Shepherd's Bush ones. Then, so these are not Retreat, these are like May purchases, I think. So this was a bit of an eBay bargain. I did wonder if it was a copy, but it's actually not a copy. Again, seasonal. Sorry, there's a whacking plane going over. Another seasonal jar. So this is Seasons in the Jar, one by Madame Chantilly. Absolutely love that one. Yeah, got that. That was a bit of a bargain. Then again, oh my god, plane, bug off. Again, these have been all over the internet. I think these were from the Nashwork. Nashwork? Oh god, I just need to I'm trying to speed up, that's my problem. These were from the Nashville Needlework Market, the release ones. This is Silver Creek Samplers. So I've got that one obviously because it's coffee. And I've seen, I think it's Talking Dog Stitcher, she's doing this. I love it. And then the only tea I drink is Yorkshire tea, and I sometimes only drink tea when I'm in Yorkshire. So I'm not a tea fan, but I love him sat holding that bloody tea bag in his mouth. It's brilliant. So I was desperate to get these, and they were out of stock for ages. So as soon as I saw they were in stock, nabbed them. So got those. Then this one, well, hang on, let's have a look. So I got the summer one first. And what's she called? I totally can't remember her name now. On Flosstube, it'll come to me. I'll put her down below. Is doing this as like a stitch along, and I adore the colours in it, absolutely adore it. So this is from Lila's Studio, and it's a Summer Quaker, but then I found Spring Quaker. So it's like a companion piece. Absolutely, I think I love this one more with the cloche in the middle. I just love them. So I do want to do it on, I think this one says it was stitched on 36 count. Can't remember. But I can't seem to find any 46 count yet. Well, 46 count the model were done on. I can't seem to find any, and none of this one, the Latte by Fibre on a Whim, is out of stock when I've looked. So I might have to email them and see if they can get me a piece big enough, because I would like to do it in 46 count, because they're a decent size. It is 267 by 216 stitches. So they're a good size, so it would be better on 46 count if I can find it. So yeah, so they're both from Lila's Studio. They were off Etsy. She's got a Etsy shop on there, so you can just download it. Then I got this one. So these are from Heartstring Sampler. Now, I have got a sticker set with this on, and this sticker is on my locker. So hence I had to, once I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to have to do that and get the stitch. So yeah, so it's called the Magical Elixir series, and this is number 2. This is the Coffee Quaker. I love that one. And then I also got this one, which is the, again, Magical Elixir series number 5. This is the Coffee Drinker's Confession. Yeah. So when we were at the retreat, at the Wrexham retreat, the rooms were great, the hotel was great, the food was great. The coffee that they served was horrific, and even like instant coffee drinkers were kind of balking at it. So thankfully there was a Costa over the road, so I got up on Saturday morning and I'd forgotten my AeroPress. I have an AeroPress that literally goes everywhere with me, so that I don't have to suffer instant coffee. The only thing I'm snobby about in my life is coffee. So my AeroPress tends to go everywhere with me. It's been to Barbados, Fuerteventura, Krakow, Rome. When I've been on the motorbike, I always manage to cram it into my tail bag. So it goes everywhere, and I'd left it in my bloody locker at work, hadn't I? So I was livid, and there were no way I were drinking that muck out of the jug that they put out. So on Saturday morning, me and Mel did a Costa run, and I had a nice triple shot latte, and I was happy as. So yeah. So I do have a problem without coffee. I completely realise it's an addiction, but I could be addicted to worse things, so I'm happy with that addiction. So anyway, yeah, got that. I need to do that. Then I have bought these already, but I've not printed them out. So this is, or these rather, are the Owl Forest embroidery. So Belushi Stitches does, I can't remember what she calls it, Snail House Sunday, I think she calls it. So they're really cute. So I downloaded these two, but I think it was in April I downloaded them. I might have mentioned it on my last Flosstube, but I've not printed them out. So these were my two favourites, the watermelon one and the pumpkin one. So yeah, I want to do him first because I live on watermelon. Then I'm sure, oh, it's got my address on. I'm sure people have seen the Madame Chantilly cross stitch one. Let me see if I can get it without showing you my address, which is better. There you go. So I'm sure everybody's seen this. This is the new Celebrate cross stitch pattern from Madame Chantilly. So the minute that appeared on her Etsy store, the minute it was for sale, I got it. I've done the summer one, and I've got the other seasonal ones to do, but I adore this. And I did think, like, the bobbins and stuff, you could actually do it in like a satin stitch so it looks like a bobbin. And the same with the skein. I know Mouse Potato Designs has done loops and satin stitch so it actually looks like a skein. So I thought I might try that and I'll see. But when you download it, it has your address printed all over it, so hence covering it. And then, I think I might have already shown you this. This is Caterpillar cross stitch that I was really wanted to do for the coronation and never got round to it. I think I only downloaded it a couple of days before we had a new king, so I've just not got round to it. But yeah, that is my haul. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. So hopefully I can actually get something to eat now in between. because I now have 7 minutes precisely before my study day starts again. So yeah, if you've liked this and my wittering, then please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, because as much as it doesn't really affect my life if I have 1,000 followers, it would be really nice. So yeah, and hopefully I will see you at the beginning of July, but no promises. So have a nice day.